Hi and welcome to another gaming video. And today's video, well, it was going to be a YouTube short because I've been trying them out recently, but I decided to turn it into a full-size video. And over the last few months I've been slimming down my DS collection. I had about 20 at one point. Love them all, but really don't play them that often, and I have a favourite sort of few consoles that I always play, and the others are just sitting there doing nothing. So I did a short recently about whether to keep a new 3DS XL or my original 3DS. So I thought I'd expand a bit in this video. I'm going to really cut down my DS collection to about 4, I think it is. That 4 is going to be my DSi LL. Absolutely love this console. It's probably my go-to console for most of my DS gaming. I'm going to keep my original 3DS. Couldn't part with it, even though I weren't using it that much. It is a fantastic console, I do love it. I have to keep a DS Lite, so I'm going to keep this black one. It's in pretty good cosmetic condition. I know that there's a bit of some pixel damage here, but it doesn't really interfere with gameplay, and it is a great looking console, and I do like black consoles. So that's those sort of 3 blackish consoles I'm keeping. And then my recently made transparent Game Boy Macro. Those are the 4 consoles I will be keeping, and like I said, I've sold off a few DS's and 3DS's and whatnot over the last few months, and the ones I've got left that I will be parting with is my first Game Boy Macro that I made. Lovely little console, just don't need it, and I've got 2 or 3 of those, so that one can go. The white DS Lite that I bought a few months ago untested. I bought 2 of them, and they just needed a bit of a clean up. There is some slight water damage under the top screen, but you can't really see it, and other than that it's in really nice cosmetic condition. Not grubby at all. The other one I had was really grubby, but this one is okay. Then the one that's caused me a bit of probably the most decision making is whether to keep my new 3DS XL or not, and I have decided to sell it. It's a lovely console, it's got huge screens, it's got all the extra buttons and all the extra processing power, but I don't really use it. I've not really found anything that would take advantage of this C-Stick. Even homebrew games, like I was playing Quake on it, doesn't really work very well. It's a fantastic idea, but it just doesn't really work. And I do like the XL screens, but nothing that I look through on my collection of games or my collection of homebrew really screams, oh, I'd miss it if I didn't have this. So like I said, I did a short a few days ago, and it was a choice of these 2 consoles. Now this one is by far worth more than this, and I couldn't really bring myself to part with my 3DS a few months ago, and I certainly can't do it now. I'm going to be selling this and keeping this in place of it. These 3 consoles will be found a new home, and these 4 will be what I class as my DS collection, and it means I can do pretty much everything I do. This channel will carry on, so I've got my Macro for doing Game Boy Advance games, DS Lite, which I couldn't part with anyway. It's a fantastic console, I've always owned one of these. My 3DS for playing 3DS games on. It is also running custom firmware, so it gives it a little bit of, well, you can do a bit more with it. And really what I must have to say is my favourite console, and the one I play the most, because in all fairness I don't play that many 3DS games, I play a lot of DS games, is this one, my DSi LL. Yes, it's a bit scuffed, it's got a big old scratch just about there. It's running custom firmware, it's got Japanese language all over it, and I love the XL screens. It's my favourite console to play. Battery life is insane on it. Something that I've found a bit of an oddity with the 3DS range. Battery is not fantastic. So there you go, I am keeping 4 consoles, and the main thing is that my new 3DS XL, which I wanted for such a long time, I liked the idea of owning one, and then when I got it I thought, I'm really not using it. I'm not massively impressed with the build quality. I think the hinges on the screen would go, and I'm just making excuses, I think. I will miss it. It is an awesome console. I just really don't use it. I've never used these extra buttons here. I've only got one game that I can't play on the others, and that's Fire Emblem Warriors. I've played that for about, well, enough time to make a video, and that was it. So for me, I think the 3DS is great. It's got some fantastic games, but I'm really stuck in the DS era. That's what my DSi LL will be used for. So other than my 3DS, these three consoles have absolutely phenomenal battery life. You're talking 15 hours plus. If I want to play 3DS games, then there's this one, which about 5 to 7 hours. That's just me rambling on. Let me know if you think I'm mad, or if you think that's a nice bunch of DSs to keep. Link, like, subscribe, enjoy.